is going to be a little bit different. I thought I would review these two books together because they're very similar, although they're quite different. So you'll see what I mean as we go through them. How to Draw Animals by Jack Hamm and The Art of Animal Drawing by Ken Hultgren. We'll go through Ken's book first, so I'll just put that to the side. This one is absolutely brilliant for capturing movement. He doesn't give a lot of information on how to actually construct the animal, so you haven't got like very basic steps. Yeah, he tells you a little bit, but he's mostly into capturing the movement of the animal. So and he shows you the lines of movement, and he shows you, he just gives you hundreds of these little illustrations here all throughout the book that show you, look at that, it shows you the line of movement and then the final illustration. There's not a lot to read. He does go over the very basics of how to use line, how to build up the animal. But it is mostly about, the basics of drawing animals, and this is how to give them a bit more movement, a bit more action. So it's brilliant for that. It's absolutely brilliant. Shows you how to draw the fur, how to ink, how to use the ink. Gives you some basic animal anatomy, so the skeleton. He does a lot on the horses. The first few pages of the book are just horses. So many ideas, and he does give you a lot of information. I found it frustrating at times because sometimes you can't see the feet too clearly, so you don't know how to finish off the feet. You're trying to draw like he has, but you're not quite sure the hooves, how they're supposed to go, or the ears or the nose. It's hidden. But yeah, if you want to add movement to your animals, then this is definitely the book to get. So it's not only horses. After the horses, he goes on to zebras. And he does caricatures as well, so which can be quite good fun. Then we've got deer. So we'll just go through the book quite quickly. It's all the same thing. It's all showing how the animal moves, the different positions, the different ways the animal moves, but not step-by-step instructions. So yeah, you need to have a little bit of knowledge, I think, of animal anatomy and basic drawing of animals, which is where the other book comes in, as I'll show you later. But yeah, I do the tigers, lions, cats, and again caricatures. Then we have cows and bulls, giraffes. He does have a lot of selection here. Camels, gorillas, pigs, hogs, more pigs, dogs, so all different breeds of dogs, greyhounds, pit bulls, English bulls, cocker spaniels, Great Dane, and he shows you the image with the skeleton underneath, which is quite handy. Foxes, kangaroos, rabbits, squirrels, elephants, bears, okay, so you've got the bears with all different types of expressions as well. So there's more placid one, the more ferocious one, all different types of movement, polar bears, cubs. And then he gives you groupings of animals, so you can do a composition, and he just gives you some hints on how to do a nice composition of animals and how they should be moving, etc. This is 134 pages, and I just wanted to mention that there is a copy on Amazon which has got a yellow cover, and this one which has got a blue cover, and this one costs less. And I was a bit wary of buying it at the beginning because I thought it might not be very good quality, but it's exactly the same as a yellow cover, but it costs a little bit less, so just in case that interests anyone. And then we have Jack Hamm's book. This book goes into a lot more detail on the basic anatomy, on how also to draw an animal. So you have here the contents. I'm not going to stay here and read them all, but you can pause them and have a look through. So we've got horses and cats and elephants, again all the same sort of animals as well. Buffalo, cows, pigs, hippopotamus. This one's got a few more. And then he shows you step by step how you could learn to draw these animals. He doesn't do it for all of them, and he gives you the basic how to simplify the animal and give you the basic outline of doing the animal. I found this a bit confusing. There's a lot of writing as well. I did find it a bit confusing, but again, the other book didn't have any of this, so the two books together I think work really well. So again, you've got the horse and its foot and how you might see it. He shows you the position of the knee on every type of animal. Okay, so this is your horse, and then here you've got an aardvark or a badger or a bear, and so he shows you the different types of feet as well, and legs. So yeah, this one really goes into depth. Eyes, noses, ears, every part of the animal that you could possibly want. Again, I think it assumes you've got some knowledge of drawing, and the instructions aren't that clear at times. It is a book I need to work through. I did buy it right at the beginning of my drawing journey, which I probably should have waited. But I do need to go back through this. Animal anatomy isn't easy. But there are some beautiful drawings here, and he just gives you a rough sketch there, and then he gives you the finished sketch. There's no colour, so it's all black and white, but I'm sure you can add your own colour. And then he simplifies the body so that you can learn to draw it. And then the horse, he has a whole section on the horse as well. Again, teaches, this one goes into a bit more depth of how to construct the head, the rest of the body, all the different measurements you need. So he goes into depth as well about all this, but he has less movement. So again, the book by Ken Hultgren has got a lot more movement in there with the horse as well, lots more, and the animated sketches. I do like going through both. When I want to draw animals, I'll take out both of these books and have a quick flick through them and have a practice maybe from this book, and then go on to the other book and try and add a little bit more movement to the sketch. And that seems to work, so I like to put the two books together. So yeah, you've got a hippo. And he gives you all sorts of, here we've got deer, and he's just got every kind of animal you could ever. Primates. Kangaroos. Unusual. He's got animals that you don't often see in these animal anatomy books. And again, while he hasn't got the step by step, but he's got just the basic, the sketch, the drawing, and you can, using the information you've learned before, you can go ahead and draw these. And again, this is 120 pages, so two very good books. Like I said, similar but very different in their way. And yeah, I think both of them together are a good resource for any artist. And I give them, yeah, probably 4 out of 5, both of them, because they're both missing things that I would prefer to have in the book.